evening, ghosts and ghouls. You're listening to a horrible podcast.
Good evening. It's the one, the only JT Ripper, and I'm here with
God of Thunder.
And you're listening to a horrible podcast. And today we're going to be talking about Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
Yep. The latest effort in the Jeepers Creepers franchise.
For those of you not out there with familiar, this would be number 4.
This is number 4.
Yeah.
And what was it on Hulu? Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
It just came about on Hulu. And thank goodness we waited. We didn't go see this in the theaters or spend money on any other service to watch this because, oh boy.
God damn.
Yeah.
If you can't tell by our reactions, this movie is atrocious.
Yeah. This was, from the very beginning, this is worse than the last movie, and I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that Jeepers Creepers 3 was like the pinnacle of bad.
Yeah, Jeepers Creepers 3 was definitely the decline of the franchise. But it's fucking Oscar worthy compared to this film. And it tricked us, or it tricked me anyway, because it come on and it looks good, and
the first 15 minutes kind of reel you in.
Got Dee Wallace playing in it and everything, and you realize, after the opening segment that the Creeper has been, they kind of do like the Scream thing where they make a movie within a movie.
Yeah.
So, the Creeper has become like this urban legend type of deal.
Urban legend / movie, concept? Or
yeah, it's like they made a movie within the movie based on
a legend.
The legend.
Urban legend of the Creeper.
Now, it's a cool concept, but, yeah, like you said, the first 15 minutes of this movie I thought was pretty enjoyable, and then it was like, I don't know, it's like somebody else took over the directing role after the first 15 minutes, because everything after this was complete dog shit. I mean, from the look of the movie to,
the shots, the score, they fucked up the Creeper's image.
Yeah, I mean, they don't explain how the Creeper comes about or why the Creeper is, nothing. It's just he crawls out of this old abandoned
thing. Really didn't explain it.
Was it supposed to be the church? Was it supposed to be a house? What was it?
I don't know.
Is it supposed to be like the church that got burnt down?
I don't know, but it was like a cult type situation also.
Well, I'm talking about even before that. It was
before, yeah.
I guess they're just saying, hey, no matter what you do, no matter if you kill the Creeper, no matter if he goes away, it always is like this.
Yeah.
So therefore, the people that live in this town, I guess, keep themselves safe by feeding the Creeper tourists or something.
I guess that's the concept.
That's probably what they were trying to go for. That's not exactly what resonated on the screen. Yeah, when we first see the Creeper, he looks like a fucking, I don't know what he looks like. He looks like a fucking guinea pig or something. He's all pink.
You know what he looks like? Because he's some I guess fetal type. I don't know. It didn't make sense because that's not how it was in the past 3 movies. I feel like this movie tried to when it took the concept of Reborn, it was trying to give you a new Jeepers Creepers movie while kind of reinventing the Jeepers Creepers lore and giving you something new, but not in a good way, but not explaining that they're doing something different.
No,
so it's
definitely
like,
not in a good way. It's almost like...
It's like a bad requel type situation.
It's like, we're going to give this franchise and this story over to somebody who has never seen a Jeepers Creepers movie and just see what they do with it.
Yeah,
like,
they literally take like many ideas.
Yeah, it's like they watched the first 30 minutes of the first one and they're like, "Oh, okay, I got it."
Yeah.
And that's it. No characters in this film were worth a fuck. I didn't care about anybody in this film.
No, I didn't care about anybody in this film.
And the characters that had potential, they didn't necessarily explore, or they didn't necessarily like give a damn about, potential characters in the franchise. So,
yeah,
not in the franchise, but in this particular movie. I mean, yeah.
The main girl was like abysmal.
Yeah. She.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen better acting in commercials from her.
Yeah,
well, not from her, but like from other people in commercials.
Yeah, apparently it sets on it has to do with this girl and her boyfriend, and they're on the back roads in bumfuck going to some type of like horror hound convention /
party,
Jeepers Creepers worshiping cult festival.
It's kind of like a creeper festival.
Yeah, but
and her boyfriend is like infatuated with the creeper.
Yeah, and like if you look closely, like the event that they're going to is actually hosted by Horror Hound, so it wouldn't surprise me if they actually went to a legit Horror Hound convention and just shot some stuff.
Yeah.
And Horror Hound was like, cool, we'll be in a movie. We'll be promoted, which is cool, whatever.
Yeah, Horror Hound's a good magazine if you don't know what Horror Hound is. It's like Fangoria. And to anybody listening out there.
They also have like the Horror Hound weekends where they do conventions like any other horror conventions. And basically, they rig it up to where these two win the ultimate prize, which is staying the night at some random creepy place that they claim is the creeper's house that has
/ escape room.
Yeah, it's like an escape room that the creeper has never fucking been in before. That's made up, but we're supposed to accept it. All right, moving on.
Well, it was also rigged by the creeper cult. The creepy cult, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But somehow the creeper finds his way there. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's where his lair was under this abandoned house.
I'm thinking that
creeper house.
I'm thinking that maybe, just maybe, it was supposed to be like the church that burned down in the first one, and they like built this on top of it because it was a church.
Yeah.
And it's got a cemetery beside it, which is, it actually makes sense, but they don't necessarily say that, oh, hey, well, we built this house here where the real life supposed creeper's lair was.
Yeah, they don't tell you.
They don't do
anything.
a whole lot of things of explaining anything. Apparently the girl's pregnant. That has to tie in. It doesn't, but
yeah, like I didn't understand that. Like for some reason, like they made that a main. Like, oh, I got it. Their point was that if the creeper eats a baby, it doesn't have to eat anymore.
I don't know.
No, that was like their point. That was the point. Because she was like, once you eat this, you'll never have to feast again.
I guess.
Because I guess a baby's the ultimate sacrifice you can make to the creeper, so he never has to eat again.
Well,
I don't know.
Normally when we do these reviews, we kind of go scene by scene and tell you what happens, but this movie is so fucking stupid that it's impossible for us to explain it to where it even remotely makes sense, because it doesn't. It doesn't make sense watching it, so therefore us explaining it would be like it would just be torture to you to fucking listen to.
I mean, honestly, you pretty much summarized it best. Guy girl goes to a convention. Convention's more fucked up than it should be. Come to find out that the creeper is real.
Yeah, and it's ran by cult people that think that feeding the creeper will give them power, or at least let the creeper leave them alone. I don't know.
I don't know.
Something. They had motives, whatever it is. Maybe it's in a deleted fucking scene.
I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much the synopsis of the movie. And I know somebody's probably listening to this and be like, well, they probably didn't pay attention. Actually, I didn't fucking touch my phone one time during this.
I don't ever touch my phone when I'm watching a film.
Well, I mean, even if it's like, sometimes if a movie is really bad, I don't pay attention, but I go back and rewatch it, though. This one I was paying full attention to because I was scratching my head the whole time, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, and let's go back to the way the creeper looked. First of all, it's apparent that they did not get the guy. I don't know if there's been multiple people playing the creeper, but this guy was like
skinny.
He was skinny. He was short. He
was short. I didn't.
He was not menacing.
About that he was goofy.
Not only that, but the actual suit looked nothing like the creeper.
Yeah.
Like,
did you notice like when like he had some altercations, like his like rubber like spikes on his face were like bouncing?
Yeah, it was like cosplay, honestly. This was and at least with the old Jeepers Creepers, even if they had somebody who was maybe like 5'9", whatever, they knew how to shoot it to where he looked bigger on screen. This one,
I mean, and you can do that too.
Yeah, on this,
don't know if people know that out there. There's a movie trick where you can get somebody to stand on a box and like film it certain ways or different angles. Tom Cruise hints. Tom Cruise is a very short man, so they have to get him with angles and get him to stand on a box.
Yeah, to make him look bigger.
Yeah, but they did not do this for the creeper.
No, they didn't do this for the creeper. I mean, the creeper was not menacing. He was not, I mean, he wasn't even, I don't get scared of these movies anyway, but, if you think about like, okay, if this creeper was real and I ran into him, it'd be pretty fucking scary, but I looked at this guy and I was like, what the fuck? I wouldn't even be scared.
Yeah.
Like, I would just like laugh.
Honestly, I feel like the creeper in this movie looked like your horror like rip-off movies. You know when they rip off like a horror villain and like try to like change it?
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's what it looks like.
I'm not going to get into the controversy of the film and the filmmaker and who created Jeepers Creepers. If you don't know, look it up. I'm not here to tell you that. But I know he was not involved in this, and basically the deal was if he's involved, that we get no Jeepers Creepers movie. Quite frankly, I wish he would have said, you know what, if I'm not involved, there will be no Jeepers Creepers movie, because no Jeepers Creepers movie would be better than this one. I usually don't say that, but this movie was not handled with care. Nobody involved in this gave a fuck about the legacy or the stamp on the horror genre that the first two films left. This was horrible. This was, I don't know if this was a quick cash grab or what this was, but this was fucking like pulling teeth.
Yeah, let me dive into a couple things that I hated about this movie
And,
also.
and before I forget it, whoever shot this movie is fucking awful. There were scenes in this movie where it's literally nighttime and you can see the lights glaring off of the camera.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to get into, what I hated. Like, the CGI and, like, green screen and special effects in this movie are dog shit. Like, I've seen better sci-fi movies, like the Sci-Fi Channel movies. I can't, like, it's almost hard to find the words of how bad it looks. Like, the Leprechaun movie, wasn't that a Sci-Fi exclusive, the last one?
The last?
Yeah, the one that didn't have...
Leprechaun Returns.
Yeah, that movie looks 20 times better than this one. Like, I haven't seen this bad of a movie since some really bad shark movie. I wanted to say Sharknado, but I feel like I'd be disrespecting Sharknado by saying that.
No, the thing about it is, it'd be one thing if the like Sci-Fi Channel comes up with like a bad shark movie or a bad movie just in general. You have no expectations, but to take a franchise and like make it worse, like anybody that watches the Jeepers Creepers movies knows that the first movie is pretty great. The second one, it has its fans. I'm for one, am a big fan of the second one. Third one was tremendously downhill, but when you look at all the backstage bullshit that went on between it, with the director not being able to do his thing, and it came out the way it came out, you're like, okay, well, if somebody else gets their hands on this, they can at least go off of the greatness that the first two did and, add some good stuff to it, make it scary, blah, blah, blah. But they did not do this. I don't know if they, like I said, if the studio just had a limited amount of budget, they gave it to some fucking director that would fucking just direct anything just to get their foot in the fucking door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got my first movie out of the way or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Like, this movie was not handled with care, love, nor give a fucks.
Yeah, no respect at all.
That's exactly what we got. None of it made sense. The kills were fucking awful. They were boring. The story was atrocious. It's like every time you think in this movie that, oh, we're finally going to get on track here with something, it fucking goes off the track again. Yeah. Characters, like I said, none of these people, like, the first Jeepers Creepers came out, 2001, right? Yeah. And I remember every character in that movie. I just watched this movie 4 days ago, and I can't remember what their faces look like.
Unfortunately, I do.
So, that shows you the impact that this movie's going to have. This movie is one of those movies where if you can buy it in a Jeepers Creepers pack just because it comes with all of them, do it. If you have to buy it individually, don't even fucking waste your time. I hated this fucking movie. And I have a very big tolerance for bullshit when it comes to horror movies. I've seen it all. But when you take a franchise and you, instead of pulling it out of the depths of destruction, you just add more fucking destruction on it, fuck you. Fuck you and fuck you some more. Whoever directed this movie, I hope they never work in goddamn Hollywood again. I hope that they don't even get a job directing a fucking Lifetime movie or a Hallmark movie. This movie was fucking booty.
You know, the creeper didn't even have his weapon in this movie.
No, he had like fucking Chinese throwing stars.
Well, it was supposed to be like the star that he made out of the belly button from, what's his name? From the first movie.
Yeah, Justin Long's character.
Yeah, but
Derry.
But now he makes multiple Chinese stars out of something.
This movie fucking sucked.
It did.
I give it, let's see here. Maybe 2 out of 10. And that's being fucking grateful. The only reason I don't give it less is because like I said, the first 15 minutes where literally nothing happens is the best part. Just to see fucking Dee Wallace work and get a paycheck is the only good thing about this fucking movie.
I mean, I 100% agree with you on that. Seeing Mr. Wallace, I can't justify even like ranking this movie.
Did you say Mr. Wallace?
Yeah.
I'm talking about a woman.
I mean, Mrs. Wallace. I'm sorry. It's been a long fucking day. I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Cujo, bitch.
Yeah.
E.T. The Howling. Critters. Hills Have Eyes.
You're a fucking critter.
Dee Wallace.
Miss Wallace. Excuse me. Fucker. Anyway.
Stone.
I'm gonna give it 1 star. That's all I'm gonna give it. Because it's honestly not worth anybody's time. Save your time, save your money.
Yeah, this is it's bad. That's all I can say. And like I said, I'm more harsh on it because how bad do you have to be as a director? How bad do you have to be as a writer? How bad does it have to be when you already have source material that you can go off of and you still fuck it up this bad?
Yeah, I mean, literally, just to make like a new Jeepers Creepers movie, just you already have like the build-up and everything. Just add like a good, heartwarming story we could get behind.
Yeah, that's all you had to do. I mean, it wasn't that difficult. I mean, it's not that difficult to, if you want to make Jeepers Creepers Reborn, you have a woman and a guy on the same stretch of fucking highway. She's pregnant, and you bring the creeper back in a creative way, and he stalks her because of, write your fucking story and explain why he's stalking her. That's it. Yeah. You don't have to throw in these fucking, bullshit houses and goddamn voodoo and cults and all this. I mean, it's a goddamn Jeepers Creepers movie, for Christ's sake, man. Come on.
Yeah, they definitely, they didn't even, I was going to say they didn't stick the landing, but they didn't get the goddamn plane going.
No, they didn't. They, boo.
So, Jeepers Creepers, I hate to have to do it to you. You get the shame button. I'm a goddamn ashamed of you, boy.
Yeah, we definitely have a candidate for worst horror movie of the year. First candidate. Oh, yeah. Congratulations, Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
Yeah, even though it did not come out this year, it's still...
It came out late enough to where we can fucking do it, because we hadn't seen it, so fuck it.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into another fantastic episode of A Horrible Podcast. I'm JT Ripper.
I'm Todd of Thunder saying
Toodaloo. I'm taking it.